What is going on, everybody? It is two nerds. I'm better than one. My name is Ron DZ. I got my co-host with me.
Oh, Mr. Awesome.
We are back, guys. Last week was busy for both of us. So when Mr. Awesome said, "Hey, man, I'm busy," I was like, "Oh, good," because I was too. So it's just...
You could have said that instead of making me feel guilty, dude. Like, I'm like, oh man, he's gonna be so mad.
That's why there was no hesitation.
This
That's why there was
dude
no
didn't even say
hesitation.
nothing. He was like,
There was
okay, like,
Yeah,
man,
there was
it's
no
cool. I
hesitation
didn't
for
want to do
me.
it anyway. Like,
I was like, great, I need the rest. Oh yes,
oh
but we're
man,
back, guys. A lot to cover.
a
I haven't
lot.
written everything down, but we got a few notes. But before we started this podcast just now, this episode, Mr. Awesome was telling me about a new Street Fighter Six trailer with was it four new characters?
Three new
Uh,
characters.
Three new
Yeah.
characters. So
One
Zangief.
completely new character, like never before seen. Brand new character to the game.
Yeah,
And then Zangief, Cammy, and this new girl named Lily. Which I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember T-Hawk from like old school Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter 2, and I think he was in Street Fighter 4 as well. Uh, it's not T-Hawk. It's this new girl named Lily who seems to be able to do like everything that T-Hawk could do, but she like more uses like the wind, like the elements, to propel herself up and down, and like your inertia to flip you around. So she doesn't like flip you around with one hand like T-Hawk did. She grabs you like by the legs and just uses the wind to twirl you into the ground. But it's so funny. I want to play this girl so bad because she's just this little tiny thing beating the crap out of you in the meanest way, dude. I love it.
Yeah, and then she has these two weapons. They're like hooks or some
Yeah, I
rackets of
don't know
some
what those
sort.
things are.
Yeah, this is the first type of like device I've ever seen. But yeah, and like you said, she's short. She's like maybe 6 or 7.
Dude, I
But
would
yeah,
love to just watch people play this girl at a high level. I can't wait,
right.
man.
It looks like one of the characters that'll piss you off. Like when you're playing online and you see somebody being Lily, like, oh, this is going to be a non-fun match. Let me just
We're gonna
forfeit
make a
right
good
now.
video either way.
Yeah, but
Some other Street Fighter
Tekken.
6 news too, real quick. They
Oh
announced
yeah.
for Capcom Cup, number one prize, $1 million for the winner of Capcom Cup in Street Fighter 6.
Oh wow.
That is the
What made
biggest
it?
prize pool a fighting game anything has ever gotten, ever, for first place, and $2 million in the whole prize pool.
Oh shit.
But $1 million to the winner. Like, if you win Street Fighter 6 at Capcom Cup, your life has changed.
Right.
That's
Playing video
never
games.
happened in Street Fighter, and actually in any fighting game. Like, it's big news.
It's big, yeah. Because you'll pay, if anything, if you buy the game, you'll pay $60 to $70.
Right.
Put, I don't know, 200 hours in, and you can win you $1 million. That's a good investment right there. Or
Could
like
be.
what the consoles are doing right now, you get a Game Pass with Xbox, or was it PlayStation Plus Premium or whatever they have
Yeah,
now,
I don't think
Essential.
PlayStation is going to be doing any of that stuff for like the main game, so I wouldn't hold your breath on
Okay.
that. But Game
Okay.
Pass, yeah, they're all about giving you games like the first day. They
Right.
don't seem to care about like selling them. They're just like, hey, if it's on Game Pass, it's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. Will Street Fighter 6 be on there? Probably, because Street Fighter 6 is like all crossplay. It's like on all platforms except for Switch,
Right.
I think.
Yeah. But and then along with Street Fighter 6, there's a Tekken 8 that they just showed a trailer.
I know they did a really big like 32-minute thing on all the mechanics, of which I didn't quite understand because I'm not a Tekken player. I enjoy watching it just to watch it because it's pretty hype, especially at Evo. But
Right.
they did show a Kazuya trailer as well.
Yeah. Kazuya, and then who's the father or the son?
Jin. He's beating
Jin,
up
yeah,
on
yeah.
Jin. Yeah.
So they showed both of them. It actually showed Kazuya was in his devil form.
Yeah, there was like basically a
And
Kazuya trailer like to show more of
yeah,
what he could do than anything else. But I gotta say, man, these rage arts are like full blown supers now. They look so cool. They used to
right.
look kind of boring and bland. Most of the rage arts that I've seen so far look pretty sick in Tekken 8. but Kazuya's looks fucking above
Right.
and beyond everyone else that I've seen. He's doing some Dragon Ball stuff, dude. He like
Right.
hits you with a fireball, jumps up, slams you down, like curve stops you on the ground. I love it.
Speaking of Tekken 8, did you see the series on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah, it was very well done.
Yeah.
Looks just like the game, how they did the flips in the air and everything. Like,
yeah, dude. Okay, so yeah, I will say this: if you were like looking for Easter eggs of like moves perfectly shown, like from the game to a series, this thing did it all the way. Like the whole time you're watching the show, you're like, "Oh, it's that move!"
Nailed it. The
Yeah.
electricity, little fireball spark, everything. They nailed it.
I did enjoy too the story between the relationship between Jin and Hayachi. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did want to see more between the relationship between him and June a little bit. But of course she just dies like that again.
Yeah.
To like the first episode. But I really did enjoy the way that they showed Jin and Hayachi's relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. And so when I saw Tekken 8, it reminded me of.
By the way, like, how about that chain? The way that it makes the 8 in the first trailer that you saw for Tekken? It was so cool, dude.
I think I missed it.
There's the first trailer, the big trailer for Tekken 8. There's like all of a sudden after they're fighting and everything, you see this chain like whip by and it like shatters and there's
chains, okay, it makes it 8. Yeah, okay,
8. It looks so sick.
Yeah, so with Tekken 8 coming out, or the trailer just came out, it made me think about nostalgic about like all the games, like when the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation first came out, and they had all these fighting games, and then I thought about
it was Virtua Fighter versus Tekken. Man.
I was just thinking about it. Virtua Fighter didn't last long. They only went up to like number 4, huh?
You know, a cool thing about Virtua Fighter, if you want to know, you may have downloaded it possibly when you had a free game from PlayStation Plus. You may not even remember, because you know when you see those free games, you just download them, right? Because you don't actually have to like, you could buy them and not download them. I know that they brought back Virtua Fighter. They made it in the Dragon engine, I think. So they basically took Virtua Fighter, I think 5 or 4, and just kind of, they didn't redo the whole game. They just polished it. You know what I mean? Almost remastered it, but they called it something else. But they were giving that away for free for a while on PlayStation Plus for like a month. And even after that, it's still not that expensive. So Virtua Fighter is on PlayStation 5 and 4.
Oh, okay.
Right now, if you want to check it out. But it was free to play for a while because you could get it for free for a month on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, so I remember when it first came out, I played it on Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn.
Yo, there's nothing wrong with Sega Saturn, dude. I still have my Saturn. I still play X-Men vs. Street Fighter on my Saturn. It's the best way to play it.
Right. What's that dragon game called? Panzer Dragon?
Panzer Dragoon.
Yep. Panzer Dragoon. They had those was it Daytona games? Daytona USA.
That was the first thing I remember about the Saturn. Daytona.
Wait, Crazy Taxi wasn't on Sega Saturn.
No, that was Dreamcast.
Yeah.
My favorite system.
What else they had on Sega Saturn?
You get me all hyped tonight, dude. It's not just the coffee. You're just talking about exciting topics.
Right. So yeah, I was thinking about all those fighting games that are probably no longer around. So, and I was looking at a video too. Power Stone. I remember we talked about Power Stone like our first episodes we were talking about. But yeah, Power Stone.
Rival Schools, man.
That had so much potential. Rival Schools that had so much potential.
I need to do another Rival Schools, dude. We're ready. We're ready for another Rival Schools.
I would say Darkstalkers, but they're kind of incorporated into like Marvel vs. Capcom now.
So
still miss the characters.
Darkstalkers, there's kind of like a weird limbo. So they're gonna deny it through and through, but they were gonna make a new Darkstalkers, and they released another re-release of the old games, and nobody bought them because they already re-released Darkstalkers like 3 times. Right. So people were kind of sick of it. And when that game that they already re-released 3 times didn't do well, they're like, oh, well, I guess people don't want to buy Darkstalkers, so we're not going to make a new one. So they just didn't.
Yeah.
Because
I love that cartoon. I love that game.
Dude, that game is gorgeous.
Yes.
It's on Capcom Fighting Collection. I'm
going to buy it. I have it on my wish list.
Dude, that's a great collection, dude. And they show so much love and care to that collection.
Right.
Like all the wallpapers that are on there are
Mm-hmm.
fantastic, dude. There's tons of art books and stuff. It's just highly recommended, definitely.
Let's see what other games were there.
You're just talking
I
fighting games,
was
dude. You're getting me amped up. I'm sorry.
yeah. We're not gonna say this for too long, but it just
Losing my
these
mind.
fighting games coming out. I was just thinking about it. I wasn't never really a virtual fighter guy, but I was a Dead or
I
Alive
wasn't
guy.
either.
I love Dead or Alive.
Dead or
Soul
Alive was cool.
Calibur too. Soul Calibur was so difficult
Was Dead or
because it was
Alive one of the first games though that actually had like interactables, like where you could knock them off the stage? I think that was like one of the first games
no,
where you
that
could
was
actually
Virtual
knock
Fighter.
them off the platform onto
That was
another part
Virtual
of the
Fighter.
stage.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think did Dead not Dead or Alive. Did Soul Calibur do that too? No.
Soul Calibur had ring outs, but Dead or
No.
Alive,
Okay.
you didn't ring anybody out. You just hit them onto like another part of the stage.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. So you almost made a whole new stage if you
Right.
knocked them out of one part of it. It was.
Did you ever play Bloody Roar?
Yes, all of them.
Yo, that game. I love that game.
Do you remember when you grabbed them and like all of a sudden all this blood just spurted out?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh.
My favorite character was the I forget his name, but it's the mole guy.
Me too. And I know
Yeah.
exactly who he is. He's Buckaroo, the mole.
There we go. And then he has the then I think it wasn't until maybe part 3 or part 2 that there's the machine version of him. The Iron Mole, whatever.
Damn it, I don't remember that. He was my favorite in part 2. I remember that.
Yeah.
Maybe part 3 he
And
was
then-
the machine thing?
Yeah, there's you unlock a character. Just like there's Long and there's Shinlong, the tiger.
Oh yeah. He was cool too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that game was hype. I would love another Bloody Roar too. I would.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You gotta
But
think
yeah.
though, like who's gonna make these games, right? I've been thinking a lot about actually, especially Darkstalkers. I think one of the people that could really do Darkstalkers well would be like the people who did like Killer Instinct, because they're all monsters already.
You're
So
right.
like I think they could make. The only thing is that Killer Instinct is very like a dark, like more realistic game. So like they'd have to go more cartoony, because I feel like the charm of Darkstalkers and why people like it so much is because it's almost like looking at Looney Tunes,
Right.
you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think they would be really great to do it. Or I mean, everyone always says this, but Arc Systems Works. I want to see them do anything, like because their animation style.
What's Arc System do?
Guilty Gear.
Oh, okay.
And they're also doing.
I can see more Guilty Gear, that art style than whoever does Killer Instinct.
Yeah, because they're more flashy, more colory, more poppy, you know? So I think they would do it a little bit better than the people that did KI.
Right. Let's see. Okay, let's go to the next topic. What did I put down there? Mandalorian is coming out next week. Oh, wait. Before we get to that, we gotta talk about the Flash trailer.
Okay.
I am pumped. Because
you don't want to talk about the Super Bowl? You just want to talk about the Flash trailer? I'm just kidding. Let's talk about Flash.
Shout out to the Chiefs. Or wait.
Fuck the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs. Yeah.
Fuck the Chiefs. All right, finally. I used 2 of them. I'm sorry. It was because of the Chiefs. It was worth it.
Yeah, we didn't have an episode last week, so there's your 2.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
or I'm stealing yours. I'd like to buy a swear word.
So Flash, this movie has been delayed so many years. Can we say this is probably the movie that has been delayed the most?
Dude, I would agree with that.
Because I think after Justice League, I think it's been a long time. I think it's supposed to come out after Suicide Squad.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's because of COVID that it got delayed. I think it just got delayed because there were issues with the actors. I know that even before there was a big issue with Ezra Miller, like, off camera, that he wasn't quite happy with the script, I don't think.
Right.
So the director and him were having issues as well. So there were a lot of things that were going wrong, but I gotta tell you, I mean, sometimes when you take this long to make a movie, it's bad, but I don't think in this case it's gonna be. I think that movie's
Right.
gonna be lit.
Yeah, because they already caught you. They already catch you on the first trailer they released like maybe last year. Like, oh, this looks good, right? Because you see the 1989 Batmobile. You're like, oh, okay, he's going back there. And then in this one, they actually showed Michael Keaton, and they showed just more. They showed Zod finally.
By the way, can we just say that Michael Keaton looks good?
He looks. When I saw him in the other guys, I was like, he looks great.
Yeah.
Even in Spider-Man No Way Homecoming, I was like, this guy looks great.
You got a creep.
Yeah. hey man, you don't like the scrubs? Come on, stop. I love that movie.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Oh man.
I love it.
But anyways, this trailer is great, man. I would be. I think I would find it hard. Oh, you know what? It has to be great because James Gunn. I don't think he'll lie to us. If it was bad, he'd probably make no comment at all about the movie. But James Gunn said, "Yeah, this is great. This is the one of." I think he said this is one of the best DCEU movies.
Yeah. Sometimes you can just make a movie great because you have so many awesome cameos in it. It's great.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't even have to have a great story. It'll just be
right.
Well, it'd be good anyway. You know.
Right. But then the bad side though, it has nothing to do with the Flash. But I heard that Aquaman 2, the screenings are not doing great.
Oh, really?
People are saying, yeah. People are saying it's more dull. It's dull. It's nowhere near as good as the first one. And this is probably the worst DCEU movie. Worse than the Suicide Squad.
Dude, that's a bummer.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, really? But you know what? We haven't seen any real like trailers for it.
No.
We've seen like a teaser of his suit and maybe the ocean and stuff like that, but we've never seen a trailer for it yet.
Yeah, they've shown like little bits and pieces and scenes from it,
Very
from
little.
the stages and stuff, but they actually haven't shown anything from the movie itself. They've just shown like almost on set stuff. Like what was it? DC Fandom? They showed some stuff, right?
Right.
But it wasn't anything concrete at all.
Right. But yeah, so yeah, that's sad.
Did they keep that actress or did they get rid of her?
I think they're editing it so she won't have as much screen time.
Okay.
But I think they kept her in there.
Got it.
I didn't hear no recasting of it, but I think they kept her in there. I think they already finished the movie, I believe.
Okay.
Finished filming it. And so it'll probably take too much money to go back and fill her scenes in. I think they edited to where they cut her out a lot where it wasn't necessary. So
maybe that's why it's sucking, because it's like there's no flow.
Yeah, could be. But Flash, yeah, this I can't wait for that. It's coming out what month is it coming out?
I think it's coming out in June.
There's a lot of movies coming out in June. There's another movie. Oh yeah, Flash is coming out June 16th. That's what's coming out. Yeah.
Street Fighter comes out in June too, by the way.
So now we can jump into the Mandalorian.
Okay.
What are your predictions here?
So wait, hold on. Before we jump into the Mandalorian,
go ahead.
I have to go back to the Flash trailer, dude. Did you read Flashpoint or watch the Flashpoint animation, which is what I did? I
saw the animated movie.
I think it's really cool that it sucks, but at the same time it's okay to change it. That they're replacing the character that they find locked up isn't Superman but Supergirl instead. I think that's pretty cool because I'm like, why? Yeah. Why is Supergirl in this? What?
Right.
Why would they do this? How's it gonna work? And then you see that scene where they break into the whole laboratory and she's like wrecked, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna be all like thin and stuff like Superman was in the Flashpoint. I thought that was pretty cool. Right. Do you think we're gonna see Thomas Wayne at all?
Oh man, I don't. Because so let's think about it. We know we're gonna get Ben Affleck Batman. We know we're getting You know what? Oh, there is a rumor that there is another Batman showing up besides Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. Oh, you must be looking for something because
Yeah, I was just I just had to mess something out.
it looked
Kept
like your
going
face
off.
looked like there's something going. There's like something wrong
But
happening.
no,
But
you're
yeah,
Ben Affleck is definitely and
yes. So
so
we
there's
see
going to be
him.
another Batman. You're saying
Besides him and Michael Keaton, there's supposed to be another Batman.
Christian
They're saying they said
Bale.
it's definitely not going to be Matt Reeves Batman.
Yeah, and don't bring Val Kilmer back. Don't
No
bring
Val
George
Kilmer, no
Clooney
George
back.
Clooney.
It's got to be Christian Bale.
It has to be Christian Bale, or like you said,
that bike looks like Christian Bale's bike. I thought that was actually that Batman in the trailer for a second because of the way that his Bat bike looked. It looked a lot like from Dark Knight.
Right. But now that you said it, they could be talking about Thomas Wayne's Batman.
Who plays him? Do you actually bring Negan in, who played Thomas Wayne?
You have to, man.
He's so
if this
sick,
is going to
dude.
be the last DCEU, oh no, we have like two more. We have Shazam and we have
because one of the
Aquaman.
Great moments in Flashpoint, and again, I didn't read the comic, okay, so I'm not gonna go like I read everything, but I watched the animated movie a bunch of times, and one of the coolest things I think was when he gave that letter to Flash to give to Bruce.
Yeah,
that's a really great moment. You know, one of the best parts of the movie, I think, to be honest. And if you take that out, I understand why you take it out. You just can't work it in. But if you could put it in, that'd be just an awesome
right
to the comic.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think that'll be too much to be because there's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of.
Is there a running time on that movie yet?
I don't remember. I know it was at least. I think it's at least 2 hours.
Oh, definitely. There's no way it's less than 2 hours.
But we already have Zod. And then that female.
Oh fighter, yeah, and of course Zod's in there, dude.
Yeah,
this is gonna be so wild.
His female comrade, is supposed to be in there too. We have Supergirl, we have Batman, both Batmans. We have
2 hours and 49 minutes.
Yeah, then we have two Flashes. Is somebody else supposed to make a cameo? I don't know.
And there's definitely a villain in there that we haven't seen yet. I think there was like a little bit of a glimpse of him in the trailer. If you go back really quick, it looks like he like tries to drop kick something and it like almost disappears into like smoke.
Yeah, I think they're saying it. They're calling that Dark Flash. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, we kind of figured that.
Do you think it'll be the other Barry? You think he'll go evil or something?
We don't know.
Sorry,
but,
I know we got other topics.
This is our predictions. Yeah, it could be. I mean, we knew it would either be Reverse Flash or some type of variant of Flash. So
yeah,
it's another speedster. We can say that.
Okay,
we can say that it's another speedster. Yeah,
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's can't wait, man. June 16th. Mandalorian.
Okay.
Our predictions for this season. What could possibly happen? So we know there's going to be a lot more Mandalorians.
Yep.
Do you think they invade somewhere? It looks like they're doing an invasion, right?
Well, he's definitely recruiting. I mean, I can't say definitely, but from how the trailer's cut, it looks like he's recruiting them to go to Mandalore. But I don't know for sure. But
now, can he recruit it? Because last we saw on Boba Fett, he was kicked out of that clan. And so we find out that there's more than one clan, or there's more than one, I guess, not religion, but the way for Mandalorians. He was part of the Watch clan where they don't take their helmet off.
Mm-hmm.
And then he finds out that there's more clans that do different ways. So, I wonder.
They're the ones that started the whole like revolt on the Clone Wars animated series.
Okay.
That was who it was. The Watch were the ones that were like the old school ways in the Mandalorian.
Right. And then we see Bo-Katan, and she looks like she's in this palace or something like that.
Which could be like somewhere on Mandalore, because they said that place was like destroyed.
Right.
So yeah.
And then we know that. Oh, you know what? You could be right.
Maybe they're joining him because he has the Darksaber.
I was just about to say he still has the saber. He still has the saber.
And they follow whoever has the saber because that's how it was in the Watch.
Yeah.
They followed that guy was the leader because he had the sword.
Do you think they'll fight each other?
Yes.
There'll be two clans fighting each other because the armorer looks like she's going to be reappearing, and she might say, "Hey, you can't follow this false guy. He's not following the way. He can't have the saber or something like that." So, and we still don't know who the villain or who the antagonist or who they're going up against. Because it doesn't look like the Empire was in here. Because they look like none of their ships even appeared in the trailers, or none of the troops either.
I'm gonna see
So
how many episodes it is.
maybe it's another faction that's in here that they go
Oh,
against.
without a doubt. I think they're gonna mix in a lot of stuff for sure. But I don't know, man. Holy, whoa. 3. No, 8 episodes. Okay.
8 episodes, okay.
So they can't fit too much in. You might be right. Maybe it's just. Well, you got what? Maybe 3 parts of probably the Mandalore part at least when they go down to the planet. At least 3 parts, and then the rest. You want to show that Grogu's growing powers. Who knows? Maybe you'll see Ahsoka in there again because she's more reprising her role. To kind of push maybe the Ahsoka series that's coming out later. Could there be another aspect to this? I don't know. Maybe he'll learn of Thrawn.
Maybe he finds his whereabouts or something, a clue, and he gives it to Ahsoka.
Maybe. Do you think we'll see any more Luke?
I doubt it. I think we'll
I
see
feel like
Ahsoka.
that part's done.
Yeah.
I feel like that part's done.
Leave that alone. Yeah.
Yeah, because Grogu's made his choice.
Yeah.
And I think you just got to leave it at that. So as cool as it would be to see Luke, I definitely don't think we need to.
And can we say that maybe Boba Fett will make an appearance? For backup, they keep helping each other out. I owe you one. I owe you one. I owe you one.
I'd be okay with that. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Boba Fett's
I just want to see his slave one in action again. That's what. But you know what? They're not even calling that anymore. They're calling it the fire, like the real name, the Fire Spitter. I think it's called.
Is that what it's called? Fire Spitter.
Yeah, that's like the name of the actual, because supposedly that ship is supposed to be like a law enforcement ship. And Boba Fett or Jango Fett stole it.
I still love the way they showed how it actually moved around and stuff.
Yeah, you always wonder.
I was like,
how
dude,
does that happen?
that really cool?
Yeah.
I get dizzy.
Yeah.
I can't fly that ship.
Right. So Mandalorian. Okay. What we got next? Do we go to Bad Batch? Yeah, let's stick on Star Wars and we'll go to Bad Batch.
Did you watch the one that came out today?
Yeah.
Okay. So did I.
Yeah, I just
watched
it soon, right before you called me and said let's push it back up. All right, so we got episode 8 and 7?
I don't know what the episodes' names are, but I know roughly what they're about. And stuff.
Yeah. So the one that came out last week. Do you want to take this away?
Well, first let me start by saying that this is Echo's left, and these episodes are more about kind of being the Bad Batch without Echo, I feel. Coming together as a family again, because Omega's like distraught. Like she can't believe that no one else cares that Echo is gone.
And they're moving on so fast, and
it did happen quick. Like you could almost tell that it was going to happen. Right. But Echo didn't see it coming at all, and that's like her family, the only family she's ever known. Right. And it's just like one of them just has disappeared basically for her right now, and she's more upset that no one is taking it as bad as her, I guess. Yeah. Right? But it opens up, they're coming on, Sid got a deal for like a mine to excavate it for money. So they go in there as a new team. And then what happens after that? They go into the mine. There's like a storm or something, right?
Yeah, they see a storm coming, but I think they go further into a mine because it looks like it's already depleted. already.
Okay.
But they actually find some remains like further in the mine, and I think they get stuck.
Oh yeah, they have
And
Omega excavate
yeah,
like one of the last like good ones, right? And
yeah.
they get just enough to like leave and give Sid something, and then as they're walking through, there's like all these like what do they call that on the Serengeti? Like when all the animals are running like crazy.
Oh, stampede,
Stampede.
like
Yeah, there's
Lion
like a
King.
stampede. Yeah, and the things that they excavate, of course, get broken, and they got to run from the storm, and then yeah, they wind up in this mine. So yeah, take it from there. Sorry.
Yeah, so they wind up in the mine. I can't remember what was discussed in the mine. It was probably more about Echo and stuff.
Yeah, Echo gets
But
pissed and goes her own way, right?
no, Echo already
Or
left.
sorry, no, Omega gets pissed and goes her
Yeah,
own
yeah,
way. Yeah.
yeah. So I think Tech tries to talk to her. He don't want. He don't want. He's like tired of it. But Hunter's like, "Yo, come on now, come on. She's family now. This is our little sister." And I forget the whole speech that was in there, but he just tries. He tries his best to comfort her in
Yeah.
his way.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of works. But you fast forward to
It's almost like Sheldon.
yeah. Fast forward to where we see this person get on their ship and they steal it.
Yeah, someone just stole their ship.
Yo, I would kill somebody. If I see somebody fly away my ship, like I can imagine how Han Solo felt. Like when he lost the Millennium Falcon.
It went so crazy. It's everyone's just like, well, that's gone. I guess that's not our ship anymore. Like,
right.
That's kind of how they act, right? Like, we're not getting it back.
Yeah, and Omega's like, that's our home. It just flew away. Like, why? She's like, why you guys are so heartless?
Why do you have no
You guys just let things go. So they do some. I guess they have a scanner, and they actually try to. All right, let's go in that direction. That's where it went. So we go to the next episode where we see the ship flying down, and we see a kids in there, probably around the same age of Omega, maybe a little bit older, little boy, lands into it looks like a city or a town or whatever. We'll say a city, and they go into like one of those landing ports that's like a tunnel down, and lands on a space or garage, whatever, and hides the ship. And you see this boy is almost like a smuggler, and he works for somebody.
Mako,
yeah. I can't. I first thought it was the same species as Sid, but it's not. It's a different species we probably haven't seen before. So,
yeah, the Gimp species.
Yeah, and then the Bad Batch android is still on that ship, and so that's how they find out where the ship is at. So this boy, you can tell, you almost feels like this boy's a slave, but he's not. You kind of find out that this Mako has a group of young kids who don't know any better, but he's manipulating them like, hey, I'm gonna give you guys a life here, okay? Yeah. So you guys obey by me, give me what you find, and I'll give you a cut. And so the kid, I forget the kid's name, not Bruce.
The one who steals the ship?
Yeah.
Benny.
I knew it started with a B. Benny's like, yo, I'm not trying to get you in any trouble. He's like, this is a minor ship. And Marco's like, this is not a minor ship, man. This is modifications, stuff like that. He's like, what are you trying to get me in trouble? He's like, no, man, I just thought this would be a good prize for you.
I just stole a ship from you, dude. Be grateful. Yeah, instead, he's like a total asshole about it, dude.
I mean, how many people bring you a ship?
I would have kicked that cane right from under him if he said that to me. Like, that's it.
So, come to find out, there's also like a reward, I guess, by the end of the week or
top earner.
Yeah, top earner. And he's thinking like, yo, I scored big. I should get it this time. And he finds out he's competing with this other kid named, is it Drake?
Yeah, Drake.
Drake, yeah. And Drake, he's cocky. He's like, yeah, I win this all the time. Yeah, you scored big, but we'll see what happens. And, Mako gives out the rewards. It's like, yeah, Drake. And Benny's like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. So Bad Batch by now, Bad Batches has infiltrated the place. They find the ship. The hyperdrive is missing, so they have to go find where the hyperdrive is at, and I think something else. So Benny comes back. They capture Benny. He's like, "Yo, tell us what we want, and we'll get out of here and get out of here." I'm gonna speed past this. So they get to where Mako's like room is at, and they get this device, and they find out like Mako's actually really undercutting everybody.
Yeah, because he says that what is it, PCM or something like that they've been looking for, the same stuff that they've been mining.
Mm-hmm.
He says that it's like drained and there's not much left, and it's rich with that stuff.
Right.
But he didn't tell them that. But Omega has a thing that can read that says like, no, it's good.
Yeah.
And and then of course the kid betrays him, because he's trying to be the top earner still. So even though he's kind of helping the Bad Batch, he turns Omega in, and they capture her, and yeah.
Yeah, so the Bad Batch beating Hunter, Tech, and Wrecker, they meet Mako and let Omega go. No, you guys, I got what you need. This and that.
I will say though that there's this one really cool part where Omega's about to like fall, and Hunter throws a thing up there, and Omega, without any fear, total faith in family, and then even my wife was like, "Wow, that's trust." She falls. She pulls the robot off with her and falls to meet Hunter perfectly to catch his hand and get back up top safe. I was like, that was one of the coolest parts to me in that whole episode. I was like, man, all right, trust.
Yeah, that's how you know Omega is part of the group. She is part of the Bad Batch. They're in sync now. How and that move that Omega did where the robot was going to toss her, he did toss her off. And she turned around and grabbed him and was holding on, like, okay, not yet, now. And just had faith and just grabbed him. But
this is a good Wrecker episode too, man. Wrecker barely speaks. He's just like,
yeah,
like the whole episode.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, you're right.
But he clotheslines the kid, which is great. I love that one.
But yeah,
he tries to get away. It's like,
yeah. So fast forward, Mako ends up dying. Benny and all the other kids, prior to that, they found out that Mako's been cheating them out of a whole bunch of stuff. So when Mako dies, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're free now. But this is our home. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna take care of everything. Thanks, guys." And so Omega, Bad Batch, they get the shit back, got the hyperdrive back, and they're off. I don't know if I feel like this is it feels like another filler episode.
So you think that at first, right? But I think again, these two episodes are more about becoming a family and a unit without Echo. That's what I feel, honestly, because that's what was really established. You see that she kind of goes her separate ways from the Bad Batch for a little bit, because Tech is really kind of making her mad that they're kind of all making her mad, to be honest, that they don't feel for what's going on, but Tech especially, right. And she goes off her own way. Tech goes to talk to her, to console her, and then because, the thing that they go through with the ordeal of, like, falling through the mine and him helping her and everything like that, they become a little bit more, they go through some trials together to become more of a synchronized group. And I think you need that,
Yeah.
So as much as it was kind of a filler feeling, I think it was necessary to just either that or you just do a time jump. Mm-hmm. One of the two, But I think it was cool to show that how they're dealing with Echo missing, which I think is important.
Right. Yeah, and like you said, how they're dealing with Echo missing, probably because it's such a small crew already.
Yeah.
And they're missing a major person in it, probably any other crew will be dysfunctional. But they're being functional. They're making do without him. Still taking on jobs without him. And just moving on. They're not letting one member loss slow them down. So
speaking of time jumps real quick, do you think that Echo is aging as rapidly as the rest of the clones, or do you think she's aging as a regular child and just a lot of time has passed?
Mean Omega?
Yeah, Omega. Sorry.
Do I think she's aging as well? I think from, if I remember correctly, she was built different.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
it just feels like she looks so much older than compared to the first season. So I didn't know if really a lot of time had passed or just a little time had passed. But yeah, maybe a lot of time has passed.
I think she's definitely older. She looks taller. But now she's wearing like that headgear, which makes her appearance looks different now. But yeah, she looks older. Yeah, we can say that.
So you think she's just aging normally then?
I wouldn't say she's aging normally, but not as fast as clones would.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, maybe we have to go back and look at what her real makeup is, like what sets her aside from everybody else, because she is a clone, but she's not a guy clone, a male. She's a female. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now we get into The Last of Us.
Man, we got a lot for The Last of Us to talk about.
Yeah. So last episode,
I'm gonna let you take most of this because it's been a while now since I've seen it, but I'll chime in when I remember some stuff.
Right. So not this episode just passed, but the week before. That's what is it Henry?
The last episode that we talked about, they had the guns on him at the end.
Oh, that's the episode. Okay, yeah.
So it's gonna be the next episode after that, like right after they wake up and the guns are on them. Like that's where it starts.
Oh yeah, the brothers have it on them, right?
Yes.
Henry and Sam.
Henry and Sam.
Yeah. So Henry and Sam. So this was such a great episode. So we have Henry and Sam, and we actually find out how Henry and Sam stuck upon them. So Henry and Sam they already are in hiding, right?
Yeah, the episode starts with they're kind of on the run because it's already been to the point where they turned in Kathleen's brother.
Yeah.
So, and now they think that they're going to find out about what happened, right? Because they overtook Fedra and they've been questioning people like how they got, to her brother. And I think he knows that they're going to find out. So that's why he's on the run.
Yeah. So Henry and Sam are on the run. And they're hiding. They have a friend, I guess, a contact that's like helping them too. And so they're staying in his little hiding spot where they think they won't be able to find them.
Yeah, that's the doctor.
The doctor, yeah. And so the doctor just tells them to stay there while he goes out. And at one point, the doctor doesn't return back.
Yeah, and as we know, he was executed by Kathleen.
Right. And so Henry is trying to tell Sam, like, yo, he's coming back. He's coming back. Meanwhile, they're starving. They ran out of rations. They ran out of beans, canned food.
Yeah.
And Sam's like, yo, and by the way, Sam's he can't talk. He has like speech impediment or he's mute or whatever. So he's like, yo, I'm hungry. And I think Henry realizes, yeah, he's not coming back. So they're still in this tower, and they hear a commotion happen, a car crash. And that is what Joel and Ellie.
Yeah, Joel and Ellie. Yeah, that's when they go through the trap. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they look over it and they see that, okay, these guys are fighting the Firefly, so maybe this could be our allies. And so you see how Henry and Sam actually sneak up on Joel and Ellie.
That's the only part, by the way, that I don't buy. I'm sorry. Like he put that glass down for a reason. It went off. He should have woke up. Mm-hmm. But then you find out later maybe why he didn't. So I guess it's not as bad as I thought. But before that, it was bothering me. So, it was, man. But I like that they finally explained it. Like later on, they actually say, like, you can tell that Joel's like, he thinks that he's losing a step, and he kind of is. So it makes more sense. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. Henry. So now Henry.
Wait, why are we fast forwarding, dude? One of the best parts is like he's got a gun on him, and he's like, "Listen, I'm gonna put my gun down," and everything's gonna be cool. We're gonna be all right, right? And Joel just says like, "Yeah, we're cool." He's like, "Whoa, man, you got what's with that tone, man? Like, you don't sound cool." And he's like, and Ellie's like, "Joel, stop being an asshole, okay? We're cool."
Oh
we're
yes,
cool.
yes. That's right. That's right. I gotta forget that part. Yeah,
It's so funny, man. I was laughing so hard. Dude, Joel's such an asshole.
Yeah. Ellie
but
is
yeah.
Ellie. Yeah, she makes this show. She brings light to the show, definitely. So Henry tells Joel that I could get you out. I could get you where you need to go. You just need to take me too, because we need to get out of here. And so we fast forward to,
and the reason he knows is because he's a collaborator with Fedra.
Mhm.
And Fedra told him a while back, right, that they moved all the I forget what the first name of them is. Is it Tickers, the first ones, or are they called something else? The very first,
I think they call that infected.
The infected,
Yeah.
all the way down into these tunnels and away. They cleared them out years ago, so it's like
Right.
totally fine.
Yeah. So Henry says that we go through these certain tunnels. There's nothing in there. It's clear shot. And I'm thinking like, no, it's not. But it actually was a clear shot. There was nothing in there. Until they get into a little town and there's a sniper on them.
Yeah.
And Joe knows immediately, like, the sniper is not good at all. So
yeah, that's good too.
He ends up sneaking up in the house, got some pin. Sniper tries to make a move, guns him down. Find out that sniper is part of the Firefly, and he's been talking to the Firefly like, "We're on the way, we're on the way."
Kathleen.
Yeah.
And
it's Kathleen. And then sure enough, Joe looks out the window because he's on like the second floor, third floor of the house, and he sees the trucks coming down the road. He's like, "Yo, you guys get her. And so now Joel is picking them off.
Yeah, he's perched where the sniper was, and he's got his rifle.
This dude is Sniper Wolf from Metal Gear Solid. He is picking them off one by one. To where this truck runs into a gas station or a house or something.
One of the house, another house.
One of the houses that had a lot of flammable stuff in there.
Yeah.
And so Kathleen pins down Henry, Sam, and Ellie. She's like, "Yo, look, I understand why you did it, but I can't let you go at the same time. You can't come out here." And Henry knows yeah, I can't. And does Joel? Oh yeah, they have Joel pinned down too, huh? They know he's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they tell him stop shooting because we got your people pinned.
Yep.
And Henry's about to give it up. He's like, "Yeah, we're done."
He's out there. Yeah. He's like,
"Yep." He comes out there. Catherine gives a little speech, and then you look to where that car crashed in the house. It starts moving. It starts sinking in, and you're like, "Oh shit!" It drops down. There's silence, and then a whole bunch of infected just start running out, and
which surprised me because I thought just a big guy was going to come out of there, break out of there, and instead all you see is just a ton of infected, and I mean so quick,
hauling
like
ass.
A wave.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so cool, dude.
Yeah. So great. Hauling ass.
And then following them is a big ass, I think they call them bloaters. Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
This thing was so sick.
So Henry and Sam and Joel's down. Okay, I really got to build my A game. He's picking them off too, keeping them away from Henry, Sam, and Ellie. Fast forward, Kathleen got Ellie pinned, or is it Sam pinned?
Well, okay. So before we get to that, there's one part. There's this one crazy weird infected person that is almost following Ellie everywhere because her and Joel are kind of in sync. He sees where she wants to go, and he kind of clears the path for where she wants to go, even though they can't talk to each other because of how far they are. But he can tell what she wants to do, so he clears a path for her to get into this very, very narrow window into a truck. So she goes into this truck, and she's there, fine, safe. And then one of the infected just somehow wiggles its way into. By the way, this is a real actor, by the way, who did this, who moves that way. Like, I guess it was
Really?
like, yes.
I thought
Apparently,
it
it's
was
like a
CG.
gymnast or something like that. Yeah. So respect to her. So she
Wow.
she wiggles her way into the. I don't know if maybe it was CG at least to get into there, but once she was in there, all those weird movements and how she
Yeah.
moved to the. Yeah, so she wiggles her way into the crevice just like Ellie, and she
If you
seems
guys are
to know
not
she's
watching us,
there.
it's one of those creepy movements that the Ring and the Grudge does.
Yeah,
Those
that
creepy
type of
movements that
weird
they do,
movement that's just
like
like
those
so
jerk
odd.
movements and flexible. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, she goes into the truck with her. So she
Yeah,
has to get out, and as she's running away, yeah, the girl follows her out and then yeah, comes up on Kathleen who's about to gun down Henry,
right.
right?
So yeah, Kathleen's making her speech. Yeah, da, 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 da. And it's like this is what bad guys always mess up on. They
I
always gotta give a
liked her as a
speech.
bad guy though. She was so
Yeah,
cold, dude. I would have been
yeah,
fine
yeah,
with her for a couple more episodes.
yeah.
I liked her.
But her downfall is she always gotta make a speech. But that's every bad guy's downfall. The guy make a speech before actually killing the
Thanks, Mojo
protagonist. Yeah.
Jojo.
So she got some pinned down and she's about to pull the trigger, but that same little infected girl gets her.
Tears her apart, dude.
Rips
Ugh.
her a new one and a new one on top of the new one.
Speaking of who gets ripped a new one too, man, one of those bloaters gets a hold of like her second in command, and just like apparently they do that in the game too, where they just like, right, like snap their necks or something, or rip their heads off because they're so strong, right? Dude, that guy got it. He grabbed him. It was just like in the game. He grabbed the guy and like tore his head clean off. It was sick.
So yeah, Henry, Sam, and Ellie meet up with Joel and they run out of there. They gather, make it out safe, and they make it to another. I think it's like another house, right? And so
yeah, someplace
you get to a part where if you guys play the game, you know what's coming up. Sam, the little kid, is infected. He got bit during that whole commotion. Ellie's like, well, I'm immune, so maybe I have the cure. She cuts open her wrist like a G, not her wrist, my bad, her hand like a G. Tries to rub her open wound on his open wound, like yo. And she tried to tell him,
I was like, "There's
hey.
no way this is gonna work. There's no way." And I never saw the game, so I don't know for sure. But there's no way this is gonna work.
So she cuts her hand, rubs her open wound on his open wound, and she tells him like, "Yo, I have the cure. This should work. Hopefully it work." And Sam's just like, he's looking just like, I hope so, for both our sake. And then we wake up the next morning. Oh, she stands watch, right? But of course, she falls asleep in the chair. She wakes up and Sam's sitting up in the bed, away from her, back turned to her. And she goes,
such an eerie moment, man. Like,
yeah.
Just like, let's turn him around.
She goes, Sam, you okay? And sure enough, Sam is infected. Which is surprisingly, he didn't like attack her while she was asleep. But yeah, he's infected. They burst through the door. Joel knows what he has to do. About to shoot Sam. Henry stops him. Shoots Sam himself. Henry is in shock. It's like, damn, what did I do? What did I do? He's distraught. He's shocked. He's all the above. And then
but Joel's just begging him, just give me the gun.
Yeah, just give me the gun. Let's process this without the gun.
Just give me the gun.
Henry just can't take it. He has no reason to live. Shoots himself. I think
it's a tough show, man.
Yeah,
I never played the game, so I didn't know what was going to happen.
It's just as good as the game. I was like, damn, what impacted me worse? Was it a game or this movie? And I was like, it's both. They're tied. They nailed it. So then we get to
that's the end of the episode.
That's the end of the episode. Okay,
it ends right there, man.
Yeah. So now we get to the next episode where Ellie and Joel. Do they got a? No, they don't got a horse. No.
It's been
So
3 months, I believe. They do a time jump, 3 months.
yeah, it's been 3 months.
And
It's
they're in the
snowing, right?
snow. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're in
they're
the
snowing.
snow.
Um,
And they come upon a cabin or
yeah,
something like that in the middle of nowhere. And
is
there's
this
a.
a, is this the part where he gets like a mild heart attack or something like that, or some type of attack?
He starts to have these like panic attacks
Mm-hmm.
at some point. Yeah, but it's a little bit later. I think it's when they get to finally get to Wyoming.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I forgot one of the best parts of the episode. They come across a cabin. Oh wait, there's this random guy fishing, or he's bringing like some rabbit home, right?
Yeah.
Walks in his cabin, his old lady sitting there, and then Joe comes out. The old lady is not even phased.
Yeah.
She's just in her rocking
Both of
chair.
these people are pretty chill people, man. Like
Yeah.
they're just like, well, I mean, we're old. I guess they don't really need to live anymore anyway. They
The,
just
the the cutest couple.
yeah, they really are.
Yeah. The
I like
husband
when
like
Ellie comes out though, and she's all excited, like, Joel, can I come down? And the old guy's like, who's this little psycho?
yeah. And the wife is like, "Oh
With a
yeah,
gun.
there's a little one too." Yeah. It's like, "Did you tell me anything?" I told me everything. Like what? So once Joe finds out like they're not any threat, and the old guy doesn't even try to put up a fight. He's like, "Dude, it's whatever. Kumbaya.
Yeah.
Come on, join us." The wife never stops rocking her chair. She's just cool with it. She's like,
Very happy to
I
see
understand.
people.
Yeah, it's good to have guests. And so they tell Joe like, this is how you get to where you want to get to, the river of death or whatever it is, something like that.
Yeah, they say don't go past the river because all they see are bodies. All they see are
Right.
like the remains of people that tried to go that way, and that's like a warning to everyone to not. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ellie and Joe make it out there, and they don't see anything. They're like, I don't see nothing. Even before they come across a river and a bridge, even before crossing the bridge, they scope it out. They don't see nothing. They don't see no dead bodies. They don't see no firefly. They don't see nothing. It's like, all right, the coast is clear. So they go, and then is that when he has his heart attack, or something else happens?
So all of a sudden they're like fine, and then they come upon like a bunch of people on horses.
Yeah.
And they basically tell them, put your guns down.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have a dog that can sniff out infected. So he
Yeah.
gives them one warning, like, right now, if you're infected, end yourself, or that dog's going to rip you apart.
Right.
So the dog and I mean, dude, it's so cute how he checks him too. He like jumps all on him, really sniffs him, jumps down, and is like totally cool. And then he thinks that he's gonna not even touch Ellie, and then he's like the girl too, and you know that Ellie's been infected. It was a long time ago, but she's infected, so he's already scared that it's gonna tear her apart. And that's kind of when he starts to go over and like sniff her a little bit. That Joel kind of has his first like panic attack. Yeah
because the dog even growls, and he's just like, oh shit, and he closes his eyes, and then he all of a sudden he hears good boy. He's like, oh shit. Oh, thank God. So the people on the horses like, yeah, what's your business here? Looking for my brother Tommy. And one of the women, there's a woman there. He goes, oh, okay. He's like, Tommy, okay, come with us. Come with us. Fast forward, gonna find out that woman is married to Tommy and is carrying his baby. Tommy's at the camp that the people the horses lead him to, and they've got it established. They got like a little settlement there. They got kids roaming around. They have schools. They have a whole system going on. Like they're starting
it's
over.
legit there for sure.
Yeah,
It's
they got a gate. It's almost like a Walking Dead. Like they're starting their own little settlement. Got it gated off. It's secured. Everything fortified and everything. So Tommy and Joel, they have a moment. They're talking about, yeah, we did some bad things. Tommy's a new man, but Joel or I can't remember if he does it right here or he does it later.
Yeah. Well, first they like it. Yeah, they kind of have it out, right? Because he's pissed
Mm,
that. First of all, they got booze there, which is great.
yeah.
Homemade booze. So they're sitting at a bar, chilling like it's just the old days, and they start talking about like, how come you didn't contact me to use the radio? And he's like, well, we got to protect. They got rules here. I had to follow them. And this place needs to be protected. So they kind of have it out a little bit. Joel leaves, and then you find that Ellie's like at the movies and stuff like that, like it's a real life thing. And then Tommy and Joel meet up again for like a real serious, nice civil conversation at night. And Joel basically says, "Yeah, I'll tell you." He tells him everything. She's infected. She is immune. It's been 3 months. Can't tell anybody. We need to get her to this facility. And Tommy says, I can't go with you. I'm starting a family, all this stuff. And he tells him straight up, I'm losing a step, man. I know you think that I can handle this. I cannot. There was a moment where, I totally froze a couple of times. She was in danger and I couldn't help her. And I
There's
can't.
also a time where she saved him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not used
He's
to that and
explaining.
he can't
Yeah.
handle that. And
Yeah.
he's like, if this mission's going to succeed, it's got to be you taking her. I
Mm-hmm.
can't do it. I'm not the same guy. I think he said he's going deaf too, right?
So, I don't remember
Or his
that,
hearing
but
is going, something like that.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, basically straight up, he thinks he's losing a step and he needs Tommy to take her. And Tommy says, "All right, I'll take her at dawn."
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah. And I think Ellie overhears it.
Yes, yeah. Later,
And
he goes to talk to Ellie, and they have it out. Basically,
yeah.
she just says like, first of all, she finds out that he had a daughter finally during this
Yeah.
episode as well.
Maria's doing her hair.
Yep.
And she thinks Ellie already knows, but Ellie doesn't know.
No.
It's like, oh. And then Ellie goes, oh, that explains everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense now.
So when they meet up later, he goes to her room, and she's already pissed off, like, because she already knows he's going to tell her, like, you're going with someone else. And she's like, just see, and Ellie's pretty blunt.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not your daughter. And I know you've lost something, and I've lost stuff too. And she basically says straight up, and I think this is right from the game, like almost verbatim, everyone that I've ever loved has either died or left me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
And you're going to do the same, and that's why she's upset.
Yeah. So, he's like, I think during that conversation, she mentions the daughter's name, and I think Joel gets pissed off and like,
oh yeah, he said,
he gets hurt.
Don't say another word.
Yeah, and walks off. But then, Dawn comes. Tommy, sure enough, hey, Ellie, let's go. Ellie's already awake.
Yeah, she's ready
to go. She's like,
yeah.
Let's just get this over and done with, And they're going to get the horse, and guess who's there? Joel. Joel had a change of heart.
Yeah.
And basically was like, yeah, I can't do this to her, and tells Tommy like, look, I got this. You have a family. I
don't see why if Tommy was already willing to go, they couldn't all three go.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But yeah, Tommy's like, all right, cool, yeah. Oof. I'm glad because I want to be back for my kid. So Joel and Ellie go get a horse and they make their way. And they get to their destination and they don't see anything. They see a whole bunch of zoo animals. They see monkeys.
Yeah, which is right from the game as well.
Yeah, right from the game. They're going up into the hospital because they think they heard something, but it's just another monkey. And they're like, "Damn, this is where they were supposed to meet at. Where's everybody at? This is the hospital. This is where the scientists are supposed to be at."
I think they do find a map though, where their next location is going to be. Where they're going next. So maybe they'll make
because there is markings there, but
yeah,
they're old markings. So okay, this is not the place anymore. So they're about to leave, and they see, I don't know, some they're probably fireflies or some other people.
I'm calling them hunters because I think that's what they're called in the game. Anyone who's like an enemy who's not Fedra, I'm just gonna call a hunter.
Okay, yeah. So they see some hunters down below. And they're like, "Oh shit, we gotta get out of here." And they get downstairs. What happens?
They're just about to get away. Like Joel's untying the horse, and like Ellie sees someone right behind him, like about to club him. She's like, Joel, and he like gets down, and you see him grab the guy, and basically like straight up savage just snaps his neck.
Yeah.
And then he turns around, and Ellie looks like mortified, and I'm like,
yeah,
why does she look all scared? She's seen him kill people before, and then you see that like half of like the end of a bat or something is like in his stomach. Yeah, he got by a big shank.
Yeah.
And I can't believe he just pulled it out. He just
pulls it out, dude.
Yeah, leave it in, right? It's gonna keep some of the blood in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't believe it. But
but he pulls it out.
They
get back on the horse. They're running off, and Ellie like starts shooting. I like that part. That was the part I was waiting for. I saw that.
Yeah, at least they kept him away for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
like, they're running away while they're on the horse, and she's like shooting by, like, get away, bah, 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 bah. And so they get away, and then we get to a part where the horse is just strolling because they got away, and then Joel is just, you can tell he lost a lot of blood, and he drops off the horse.
Yep.
And Ellie, checks.
Won't even open his eyes.
Yeah, and that was the end of the episode, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, that's the end. Yeah, Joel's on the ground. She thinks that he's, she can't do it without him, and cut.
Yeah, and if we didn't mention it, in this episode, he has like 2 like panic attacks or something. Like he has some type of attack where he has to like catch his breath on something, and he's like has to catch his breath, focus, and he doesn't know he's like you can tell like this is something new he's never encountered before.
Yeah. Also, too, there is one other part before they get to I'm not even sure if it's the very, very beginning or if it's when they're in between the old couple in Wyoming, but there's a part where he's supposed to stand watch, and he falls asleep, and he wakes up, and Ellie is like standing watch, and he's freaking out. He's like, "You got to tell me I fall asleep." She's like, "Why? I checked the thing like you taught me, all this stuff." And I think that's really important that they showed that, because I think in the next episode she's gonna have to take care of him. She's gonna have to provide, she's gonna have to hunt, all this stuff. Because even there's actually one other part too, because that's before they get they're practicing shooting as they're going to the hospital. He's showing her how to shoot the sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And she misses, and he gets it in like one shot. And she's like, "You son," and he's just like,
yeah. He says something though. I forget.
I don't remember what it is. But his face, dude,
smart.
His face is classic. He's just like,
right.
Which is so not Joel. He shows like no emotion, barely laughs. That was the funniest thing I've seen from him. So, but I think it's important that they showed that part where Ellie is going to have to do all of that for him in the next episode.
Right. So you got to play the game. So I don't know if you want to play the game. So
I will after I watch this. At this point, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The ending of the game is crazy.
Stop it.
I'm not gonna spoil it. It's just it's a.
You stop it.
What's it called? It's unexpected.
Okay.
It's like, oh shit, this is a good ass game. This is not your typical ending.
Yeah.
This is wow. So damn, what do they call it? It's like a surprise.
Twist.
God damn. A twist, yeah. Is a such a simple word. It's a good twist at the end. Yeah. But and I can't wait till the show shows it. If they so far they've been nailing it.
Stick to the script.
Keeping it true, yeah. So yeah, guys, that's it for this episode. That's what we're covering. Did you see Ant-Man yet?
Yeah, I saw Ant-Man.
Oh, I gotta see it.
Okay, so yeah, we'll save that for the next episode then.
Yeah, I'll probably see it next Tuesday. Was it good?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say it's great.
Okay.
But it's a good movie. It's worth seeing, in my opinion, anyway. Some people are crapping on it, but I don't
Okay.
get super negative about movies, man. I'm just not that way. Like if a movie is like, bad, I'll tell you it's bad. But if it's enjoyable, I'll tell you it's enjoyable. If it's like, wow, what a great movie, I'll tell you it's awesome. If I say it's good, it's like it's good. It's worth seeing.
Yeah, I'll watch that next week. But other than that, guys, that's it for this episode. Next week we'll be back. Hopefully we're not busy. Hopefully we can make it.
You can be honest with me sometimes and just tell me, like
no, I have been. I have been. There's been times where I say, hey man, I can't do it tonight.
You made me feel bad. They didn't tell me like you didn't feel like doing it either. It would have been nice to say.
But yeah, I'll be more honest with you, okay? But anyways, guys, I am Ron Deasy. Got my co-host with me.
Mr. Awesome.
This is Two Nerds Are Better Than One. Subscribe, like, comment. We'll see you next time.
All right. Later, guys.